It's time for another update on this roadster project of mine. I'm about a year into it, and this is where it stands. Yesterday, I was able to mount the engine on the frame. So as I do a walk around here, a few things I haven't pointed out much before. The motor itself is mounted using something called the Datsun motor kits, which there's a jig that comes and allows you to put your weld points right at the right spot. A few other pieces come with that kit, including an alternator bracket that I bought that's over here, right here. And again, some more brackets here, and the jig allowed you to do it just right. Somebody had commented that he didn't see the alternator notch. Well, here it is, right here. See that cutout? That's enough of a notch that it makes the alternator fit just fine. So, things I had to do after I put the motor on and took it off was I put in a new oil pressure gauge here, sender. And essentially this will work with my new instrument panels. And I had to drill that out, tap it to 1/8 inch NPT threads. But to get to that, I had to get this plate off to not put metal shavings in the engine. To get the plate off, well, the motor mount was in the way. So there you go. Also had a friend that is working on another one of these engines, and he had his transmission painted real nice, and I felt bad I hadn't painted mine, so I painted it, cleaned it up. Other things that have recently arrived, I've got a new boot here, bushing under here, and a new paper gasket. I was able to mount the drive shaft. This is my original drive shaft from 67 Roadster. In fact, the paint on it is the paint I did 23 years ago. These bolts here actually come out of a 240Z. They are metric, but they're close enough to the imperial equivalent. So things I still have to work on with the frame in preparation of the body. So I still have a couple more of these pads to mount. I need to start getting the screw points ready to go. Only 4 of them are mounted hard to the frame. Other things I'm working on next week, it is the exhaust. This is an exhaust manifold. And this 2-into-1 pipe, actually I bought it off somebody. Good price, but it's the wrong size. I need to make some adjustments to make it all work. That's where it stands right now, making good progress. The body will be here in 2 to 3 months, and the goal is to have the frame completely ready. I'll be working on other things as well, such as the seats, the dash, gas tank, and anything else that I can. When I was centering the friction plates in the clutch, I didn't have the tool to center them with, so I made my own. Essentially, 2 small extension bars for a 1/2 inch ratchet. This fit in perfectly, has a nice taper to it, was able to get it nice and centered. The motor mounts, the Datsun motor mounts, they actually sit the engine perfectly in the engine bay. It's awesome, but it can be a little tricky to mount everything. Best bet I've had to get it to go is you mount everything to the engine first, you drop the engine onto the frame, and then you screw these bolts in. Do the ones at the top first, they're the hardest to get to, and then the bottom ones.